welcome back to the Journey to the Farlands. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and have a look outside. And let's do something smart. Put the dirt on the hotbar and head out. I don't see any creepers or anything around, so we'll just go ahead and close this up and proceed onward towards the Farlands on this long journey that we're on. Let's see, preferably without falling off of a cliff. There we go. Floating sand. Anyway, as we proceed on, we start as usual with the world size report. Windows is reporting the size of the world folder at 565 megabytes. And Minecraft is reporting 568.17 megabytes. And so that's the size of that. And let's see. Okay, I did get a new episode of my Minecraft single-player adventure, the My Adventures in Minecraft series, up last night. And in that series, I have switched over to running the snapshot, which is, this set of snapshots is pretty much previews of the upcoming version 1.5. And in that episode, I take a trip into the Nether to gather up some of this new Nether Quartz ore. Taking advantage of the fact that I have a handy spot near the place where I'm building the witch farm in the swamp, from which to access newly generated chunks of Nether, where I can find this quartz ore. And it turns out to be some pretty interesting stuff. Let's see, in other news, the Tame the Beast server sadly is no more. It fell victim to some technical difficulties that arose when Mistcraft was added to the pack. I'm not entirely sure of the details, but as I understand it, there arose some kind of conflict between Mistcraft and I'm not sure whether it was something else in the pack or the version of Forge that pack was running. I'm not entirely 100% certain on that, but the end result is that the world file became corrupted and unplayable, unsavable, at least without Herculean effort and so on, and so therefore it's gone. And in its place, as we journey over to a gravel beach with an interesting mountain cliff and a waterfall on it, in its place we have the newly created, thanks to Hypnotized, a Hermitcraft FTB server. And folks who were on the Tame the Beast server are now on Hermitcraft FTB. Not to be confused with straight up regular Hermitcraft. Hermitcraft? Oh, Ninja Water. How about that? Hermitcraft. Oh boy. I wonder if that's any relation to Kermancraft, which would be a Minecraft server that Kerbals play on. Okay, that was bad, but I had to say it. Anyway, that server is up and running, and everybody's doing the starting over thing, which really isn't a problem because, honestly, there has been a lot of learning going on, how to do things good and effectively with these mods, and the experience from the first time around, and from before the first map reset and so on all come together, I think, to make this time around so much better. People will know what things to do right off and what things to wait and do later, and how to do a lot of things that they didn't know how to do before, and so on. So this is cool. It's good. I've got a decent start going in there myself. I am putting together clips right now. Well, not right this minute, but today I will be assembling clips into my first episode of Hermitcraft FTB, which I am hoping to have uploaded later today. Probably should be, hopefully be live on YouTube by late afternoon or early evening. At least that's what I'm aiming for. Whether or not YouTube cooperates in making that happen is another matter entirely, of course. Cow, you didn't say that. Anyway. Okay, let's take the path of least obstruction. And so, that's pretty much the size of that one. A lot of sizing going on here. Anyway. I'm thinking it's going to be, I think, a pretty good run on this Hermitcraft FTB. I have, like I said, I've gotten a pretty decent start myself in this first episode because I have learned a good starting route, as it were. Is that deep enough? I think it is. Yes, it was. How about that? And with my current state of health, if it hadn't have been, I'd have been going back to where I started. Isn't that fun? Anyway, so we proceed onward. And some of the plans that I've got for what I'm doing in the Hermitcraft FTB is going to include, I think, a reasonably good automatic processing and sorting system where I can come in from a mining trip and just dump everything into one chest and have it get automatically sorted. Things that need to be sent to the pulverizers will be sent there, and then from there things that need to be smelted will be smelted, and so on. And from there it will all automatically be sorted into a series of chests, and in some cases these incredible barrels that hold 64 stacks of something. You know, so it's shaping up to be pretty good. In the meanwhile, let's see. Another thing, something I'm doing on this channel, and I'm working on the video for it now. I've got several clips for it, and I'm going to be recording some more today. I don't know if I'll be doing more tomorrow or just doing the upload tomorrow. I'm really not sure yet which. But what I'm going to be doing there is, some of you may remember something I started doing not too hideously long ago. It's been 2 or 3 months, called Beyond the Foil. Now, Beyond the Foil grew out of my vlogs, my daily vlogs, the YouTube Orbit stuff. And it was intended to be something that was a little bit more special, shall we say, a little bit more in-depth, a little bit more, just more, I guess, really. And that was the original intention for it. And when I started doing it, and this is the reason that I stopped for a while, is that when I started it, I got kinda, sorta, a little overboard with it, and I was doing Beyond the Foil like 2 and 3 times a week, and that was just honestly too frequently, just much too often. And that just really was not right, not the way to do that. All right. So I stopped it for a while, and then I just kind of got out of the habit of doing it. And a lot of times I was just not in the right frame of mind for it to be able to make it good or make it right, as it were. And so I kind of left off of it for a while. But I've picked it back up, and I'm doing it again. And you know something? This isn't wide enough for a boat. I'm just going to keep going. Pardon the clicking off and on of the mic, but I had a brief cough, and I didn't figure you folks wanted to listen to that. I certainly didn't want to listen to it. Anyway, so I'm working on this Beyond the Foil thing again. And like I said, I've got some clips already. I've already made a few more today, and I'm going to be making some more and put the whole thing together either tonight or tomorrow, and hopefully manage to have an upload for that sometime tomorrow afternoon or evening. Oh goody. I don't want that. And so that's kind of the way that's going. It's like I said, it's a little bit more than a vlog. It's a little bit more of me not just sitting there yakking at the camera for 3 or 4 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever. And in this case, well, I guess I'm still yakking at the camera, but it's, I don't know, in my opinion, I think it's a little bit more of a conversational feel, because it's not just me talking about 1 or 2 subjects for a few minutes or something. It's more of a conversation, more of what I think about this or that or whatever thing that's come along at the moment. I know when I first started doing it, it was reasonably well received. And since then, there's been several times when I have been asked, why don't you do more of that? Well, a lot of the answer to that was because I didn't have the correct inspiration to really do it right. And I didn't want to put out something that was the kind of thing that people would watch and say, why am I watching this, and quit halfway through. I didn't figure that would be a good idea. You know, there's no point in making something like that. Okay, can I get around this? It's looking like maybe. Come on, world generation, don't box me in. Looks like I can get around it for a while. Anyway, yes, here we go. See, now I lost my train of thought. I hate it when that happens. Okay, well, anyway, next episode of Beyond the Foil should be up. I can go so far as to say sometime Sunday, Central Time. Beyond that, I'm not entirely certain, because it depends on a number of factors, most of which I'm not entirely sure what they are right now, because it's kind of trying to be that sort of day. Oh, interesting sand cliff thing that looks like half of it will fall if you breathe on it. Quick, somebody run over there and breathe on it. No, don't, because it wouldn't look nearly as epic. Look at that. I love that. Especially the floating island bit right there. That's great. You don't see that many floating islands like that in modern world generation. I'm not sure if they altered things specifically for the purpose of preventing that or what, but you don't see it very much anymore. Now, am I going to get around again, or is world generation going to finally box me in? Sooner or later, I know it will. I think maybe I'm going to get around. For a while, but it looks like it's going to box in right over there. As soon as I get close enough and the world generation catches up with me. I think I better go ahead and ditch the boat. All right, there we go. Wow, looks like this wants to be a ravine. Sorry, you're not allowed. Wrong version. Oh, nuts. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, I have another boat if I need it. Give the world generation a minute to catch up here and see what happens. It's not looking good. But then again, maybe. Just need to close in a little bit. Yeah, looks like we're okay. We're not going to need the boat this time. All right, so all in all, it's been a pretty good several days, pretty good week this week. There's been a lot of rain and fog around here. The weather has been, I have to say, surprisingly warm. I honestly did not expect anywhere near warm weather like we're having right now. I sincerely expected a completely, totally freezing winter all the way. And to be perfectly honest, I am very much waiting for the other shoe to drop in terms of the weather. You know, because right now it's like 60 degrees outside, and it's wet and rainy, and it was foggy earlier and last night, but I'm still really, like I said, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Got January here, February is coming up, and those are typically cold times in this part of the country. Not necessarily a lot of snow or other precipitation, but definitely very, very cold. And I just can't help feeling like anytime in the next week or two, the other shoe is going to drop, and we're going to find ourselves in a deep freeze. A very wet, saturated deep freeze. And, well, let's just say I'm not going to put the blankets away anytime soon. All right, we're getting down here toward the end of the day, so I'm kind of actually starting to look for a place to dig in. And for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and use the boat because I can get across over there a little faster that way. And it looks like I'm going to dig into that mountain over there. Not into that cave, which might be a great place to look for resources and build some kind of a base, but we don't build bases in this particular series. We build little hidey holes, use them one time, and leave forever. Yeah. Oh, great. We've got a west-facing place here. We even have a cave already dug out. I don't suppose it would be a good idea to use this cave. Well, with it lit up and block off these open areas, maybe. I think maybe so. All right, what I'll do is I'll come up here, get out my excess dirt. Go ahead and make a wall here. Torch on that. Let's just come down here. Make another wall across here. Some torches. More torches here. And a wall for the entry. I'm going to duck a torch or two out here. And then let's just go ahead and seal this thing in. All right, that'll work. Now I'll go ahead and just throw the bed down here. I'll mine up some of this coal. Replace some of these torches that I'm using up here. Fill the extra hole that I just made. All right. Now see about the basics. Got a couple of beds made. And a couple of boats. Pick up the workbench and we're done. Well, except for some more torches. Wait a minute. I just tried to shift click the whole batch. And forgetting that you can't do that in this version. Okay. Well, that's pretty much it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Be sure to stop by tinfoilchef.com/donate to donate to Child's Play charity. Very worthy cause. And in the meantime, thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.